1%. 1%. 1%. Right, that is how you doing. So I know this is a time of the year when people start to shut down and they start to look through how the year had been. I hope you're doing the same thing. Most people do that this time of the year. Most people count and look through how their year had been, how the challenges they've had, the successes they had, the failures they had. Some can look at it and say things didn't really go well. Others may look at it and say, oh, things went wonderfully. Myself, there are some areas of my life where I have struggled all year, seriously struggled all year. And those areas might look like I'm not getting the answers or the solutions or the results that I wished I could have. Right, and that can kind of depress you if you let it do that. But no, don't do that, because there is still a lot that we must be grateful about. The Bible says, "And to him that is joined to the living, there is hope." Right. So as long as you are still around, as long as you are still alive, and you're hopeful, then things can start to improve. Right? If you think about it, there are people who were here at the beginning of January, but they are not here now. Right? There are people who were here 3 days ago and they are not here. In fact, there is news around right now about some popular celebrity and his friends who were involved in an accident just yesterday, right? And 2 of those people are no more here with us. They've gone. Right, but you are here watching this, which means that there is hope for you, right? And I hope what I'm sharing today is to give you some encouragement that no matter what the situation is, if you can look around, there are reasons to be grateful. There are reasons to be thankful. There are reasons to feel that there have been good that have come to your life. As it were, all your dreams may not have been fulfilled, all your desires may not have been delivered. Life may have been hard. It has been for many people, right? But that doesn't take away the fact that there are reasons to be grateful. And that is what this time of the year affords us the opportunity to, think and be able to count our blessings, right? And remember, what I do is with these 8 spheres of life, I look at my spiritual, my mental, my physical, my career, my vocation, relationships, what I do for relaxation, what I do for contribution, and what I do for my money, right? So I look at those areas, the 8 spheres of life, and some areas I've done really well this in 2025, and some areas there have been some challenges, and that's just is a mixed bag when you look at it that way from just the hard figure numbers, right? But the reality is this, that there is so much I am grateful about, and one of it is life, one of it is good health, right? One of this is my family and my children, my wife Esther, those my friends. There is so much to be grateful for, right? My faith, so much to be peace of mind. Come on now, yeah, so much to be grateful about. And then when it comes to my career and my vocation, some of you are aware that we maybe some are not. We acquired a microfinance bank if several months ago, and then we had our CBN license come through, and we established 5TT Microfinance Bank. In fact, that's the brand here, 5TT Microfinance Bank, and we officially started that business, started to trade in that business in August this year. And believe it or not, right, in that time from August till now, right, we've been able to deploy, right, close to 500 million naira, right, in funding for over 100 business loans in that time, right? So that's insane. And in that time as well, we check any of your bank apps right now. 5TT Microfinance Bank or 5TT MFB is there on your bank app. So our customers can transfer their resources, their money, or receive money or transfer money electronically wherever they are in the country or even abroad, as it were. That's insane. Check on your Google Play Store or App Store, iOS, and we're there. Right, these things have been achieved in just a short space of time. We have our business customers, agents, and merchant customers as well, where we now have the 5TT MFB POS machines. Our card services are coming in early in 2026. So there's so much to be grateful to God about, right? And our focus has been on enterprise. And that's why I use that number 1%, right? Because the fact remains that only 1% of micro and small businesses in Nigeria have access to the kind of funding they need to just even run their day-to-day business, not to talk of growth, right? Now, when you compare that to countries like the UK, where about 40-50% of small businesses have access to the right funding that they need, you can see the gap is much. And this is where 5TT MFB has come in to help bridge that gap, to help match enterprise with the funding that they need and to keep running. So this coming year, I know that we'll be doing some big stuff, on all platforms that we are, and we'll be doing some big, interesting things for businesses. Because listen, the issues people have with our country, right? The economy of our country is kind of dependent. The progress, the growth of our economy is dependent on the small business, on enterprise, right? And so we want to be part of that process, and you should be part of that process to start transforming, the socioeconomic landscape of our country, right? And we are part of playing in that market as well, to be part of that solution to bridge the gap of funding for small businesses. And maybe that's you, or maybe you are thinking about a new idea you've been thinking about it for 5 years, you've been writing it, you've not really taken any step. No 2026, you must dust that that journal up and take action, right? Knowing that by the end of 2026, you'll be in a place like we are right now, and you can say, at the beginning of 2026, I didn't know how this idea would have gone, but it's going now. Or you're already in business, which is the core of our focus. You're already in business and you're wondering, oh, my business is only in Owerri, my business is only in Aba, my business is only in Port Harcourt, my business is only in Lagos. That your business in Lagos should be able to serve customers in Plateau, in Sokoto, in Zamfara, in Taraba, right? And even out of the shores of Nigeria, you should be serving people in Benin, in Ghana, in Gambia, outside Africa, and then globally as well. Why not, if not, right? So you've got to start to push the boundaries for yourself. What is it you're doing? Whatever it is, you can take it to great places. I was looking at some guy who works on wood. So he's a woodworker, right? And this guy is doing multiple millions of dollars just working on wood. What does he do? He takes wood, he shapes them into various designs that people use, whether it is for trays or for home furniture or for signs or whatever. He just designs wood and sells them, and he's making multiple millions. He's shipping globally and doing this, right? And that's wood. Some people will look at themselves and say, I'm just a mere carpenter. You're not a mere carpenter. You're bringing solution and value to the rest of the world, right? So whatever it is you have desired to do, this is a time of the year when you take a step back and say, I'm grateful that I'm alive. I might not have achieved this, that, and that, but I'm here, and to him that is joined to the living, there is hope. And I'm taking the decision right now that I will take a step in the direction to get me to that dream that I have, right? And that's getting too long now. That's my encouragement for you this time, that indeed you can do great things in 2026. So get set for it. Do what you have to do. Take the first step, then the next step, then the next step. Don't try to think about your 100th step when you've not taken step number 1. So take step number 1, number 2, number 3 to become clear on what step number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be, and it becomes clearer what step number. I was in a conversation with someone and we were talking about it and said the point is about starting, because once you start, right, you will start to then see, you start to have clarity on what the next steps should be. And I always quote this. It was from Richard Branson, where he says, clarity does not come from more knowledge. Right? So those people who say, I'm doing more research to find out if this thing will work. Clarity does not come from more knowledge. Clarity comes from engagement, because there is knowledge that you will never get by staying in one place. Right? The knowledge you need is no more theoretical knowledge. So you need a basic amount of knowledge to make a start, which most of you already have. Right? And then the next step, once you've taken that step, exposes you to new experiences that then increase the knowledge and then gives you more clarity on what next you need to do. So 2026, you must be deliberate, right? Choose to trust, choose to believe, choose to take action in faith. And I know that 2026 will be a great year for all of us. So remember, if you're a business owner, right, and across anything that you want to do, whether it is just for funding your day-to-day business, or for asset finance, or for growth, right, have a conversation with us, 5TT MFP, and there might be something that we might be able to help you with. But let's all make 2026 our very best year so far. All right, you take care now. Cheers.